This is about it looks like some form of a appendage or a hand. Now, you'll see this in the video to come, but it has all the makings of some form of a hand or an appendage. And the big palm that I'm about to show is only these bones right here. All right, and it's 36 inches wide. So that's all I can tell you. All right, once again, no claims. I can't tell you. All I'm showing, what I'm showing you is what I'm seeing in my own two eyes, and you will see in your own two eyes. This thing here looks to me like it's a palm of a hand or something. If you hold your hand out like this, it breaks it off right here. This is where your thumb goes. If you do that, you'll see you have one of those running right down, right there, in the exact same place. And here's the flesh of your palm. And there's where the fingers go. Now, I found several different other pieces to this, and they fit. Everything looks the same. I don't know what to say. I'm going to show you the other ones. All right, I talked about tuberosities before, and this is a tuberosity, and it's a bony tuberosity that attaches to the tip of a distal phalanges of some sort of an animal. I don't know what. And that's one of the tendon balls that's still anchored in there, and the strap would come down this way. And that is, in a human, it looks like that little tiny tip of the tip. These little tips on each one, that's where your ligaments come down the back and they wrap in there. Now, hold on one second. The palm that I showed you before, that big palm, all that did was come up to here. It didn't include these bones here at all, or any of this stuff. So it's here, and I don't know if you remember that piece that went down. You know, it fleshes out here. But anyway, I also have one of these. I have one complete of the a couple of them. I'll just show you two things. Hold on a second. Well, first of all, let me show you this. This, you see that black staining there? It's carbon staining, and it's common. They know about it. It's carbon film staining. It leaves a silhouette of the bones. And here's the fingertip that was on that hand. Well, it was in the same hole, and that hole was small. I'm not talking about any big hole. And, whoops. I don't know if you can see it or not. Boy, it's tough to see that thing, but it's there. And it's a nice black, and if you look at it with a microscope, you can see there's the circle for the tuberosities on the end. Now, these appear to be the vein and the artery, or blood supplies of one sort or another. And here's where they blew out on the side. Perfectly understood, totally expected on the death process. Two on the end. And there's two over here that didn't pop out of there. But anyway, that is, and the whole outside of it has been degloved, it's called. When the thing expands from the blood gases, it shoots off the end. And these are very loose connective tissue, and it's thoroughly saturated with blood. And the blood explodes, the tissue degloves, shoots off. It's totally understood. All right, these are the what appears to be from the hand or whatever it is. And remember the different two, and two. There's four all the way around. These have the same things. The two coming in. There's on the sides. There's on the ends, and that is the way the blood flows. And one of them is your artery, and one of them is a vein. And between the two of them, there's a webbing, and all of that blood is floating in between there. It's fully, well, you can see, look at it, it's fully enriched with blood. And that's the knuckle part that appears to be part of the hand. All right, here's another piece of that hand, and that's only came out of a 12 by 12 hole, so it's not this. It has this bone ball, and come over here, follow this over here to this. This is the same place, and there's connective tissue, that the white connective tissue, these are tendons, and there's like three of them. They run all together, zoop, 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 all three together, and then they latch over here and they do all kinds of things. But this wraps right around like that. You see that? And underneath there is the ball. Now, if you eroded this away, that ball would be right there. And if you didn't erode it away very far, you would see this muscle tissue coming through. And we have evidence of both of those things. And these break in certain areas because there's a chemical transitions, and they break where the white turns to the red. And I'm going to show you one right now. This is one of the, that is exactly that spot. Let me back this out of here. Now, this is, you just have to follow me here. That's the bone ball. That's that ball over here, this bone ball. All right? Now, and it's laying like this. That's the bone ball would be here. Now, if you turn it over, these are the ligaments. I mean the tendons. And this is facing the... actually, I guess it is facing this way. But it's the other side of this. Now, you see the way this comes down and wraps around? We have the same sort of situation here. It comes and wraps around. There's the muscle tissue. That's the actual muscle tissue and fiber. If you can see it, it's very, very prominent. Okay? And on the other side, directly on the other side, weathered off, is the bone ball. And you can see the outer layer of the bone. That's where your calcium would have been, but now it's been nucleophilically replaced. And these are the tendons, and they break off, and this is the piece that comes down right here. If you can see it, you see it? It's quite apparent. It comes down, and then it would have turned into the red muscle. I don't know what else to say. That's what I see. And that's this place right here. It's just like, it's hard to put it in the right placement, but that's the kind of thing we got here. I don't know what else to say. I see what I see. You see what you see. It's hard to put a difference on it. Now, if you can look up here, that's a gorilla and a human. Now, remember the pattern on that fingertip I showed you is this. And it's pretty darn close. Now, I don't know if this is a human. I'm not making any statements. I'm saying I see what I see, you see what I see. You make the decision, but that damn thing is very, very close to that.